Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. I really hope you guys had a great and amazing week. I had really an amazing week, to be honest, and I am so excited to be here. And I really hope that today is going to really be an amazing webinar ever. And you guys are going to really benefit from it because that's what it's about. Now, going back to a little bit to last week's webinar, I know that it was a very action-packed webinar and we had an amazing time connecting and also chatting in the Facebook group. And I think a lot of people benefited from what others were offering. Now, I've just thought of something before, while we wait for everybody to come. I can see we've got a few people already joining us, but as usual, we give people like maybe 5 minutes, maybe, to turn up into the webinar while we are doing a few things. So I'm just going to get the Facebook group link because then I can share it with people who are not currently in our Facebook group. Okay, so let me just get the link. By the way, you need to be prepared. I say this webinar is going to be like 1.5 hours, about 1.5 hours long. So grab yourself a drink, make yourself comfortable, and make sure that you've got everything that you need. And I am going to put in the chat box. Hi, and welcome to the webinar. Make yourself comfortable. We will be about 1.5 hours. We will be about 1.5 hours long. So you need to make yourself comfortable, make a drink. Here is the link to the Facebook group that we will engage after the webinar, engage after the webinar. Right. Okay, so let me get my spelling right. Sorry, English is not my first language. Seriously, it's like my third language. So please excuse me if I get these spellings wrong. Right. Okay, so here we go. I am displaying this. Right. Can you see it? Let me know if you can see the chat box, because in the chat box, that's where we have all our questions, all our answers. I prepared some really great slides, which I'll be switching over to the slides as soon as everybody is comfortable. So somebody says, hi, Lenity. There's Lenity here. She's just sent a message on the chat box. Yes, I can see the chat box. I can see Eleanor. How are you? I can see Dorcas, Gertrude, Letty, Bonisai. Right. I can see a few people checking in. Okay, let's see who else. Let me see which people are not in the group that I can see. If you're not in the group, you need to join the Facebook group because that's where all it goes down. Right. Okay. So, oh, hi, Jay. I can see Jay is coming in now. Oh, that's nice. Thanks for connecting. All the way from Oz. That's cool. Oh, I can see Kay. All the way from Canada. That's amazing. Right. Okay. So we are going to get started. About 1.5 hours. I've got 2 drinks, my healthy smoothie and my water. I've got 2 things going. Right. Okay. So today is going to be, right, again, a lot of note taking, but I will those who stick around till the end of the webinar, I'll give you access to the slides straight away and all the links that you need about the things that we will have discussed in the webinar. Right. Okay. So for time's sake, we are going to get started. And as always, I start by introducing myself because there could be other people on the webinar who've never connected with me, and it's good to just introduce myself. So I am Fangai Ndemira. I work as a business strategist. I am a coach. I am a mentor. I am an owner to a successful 7-figure business in the UK. I have got my hands in lots of businesses across continents, mainly in Africa. I believe in putting my eggs in different baskets. I love doing what I do because I felt that it was my purpose to reach out to other women and just give them the hope, even women and men rather, all the entrepreneurs who are thinking that they need to jump into business and they need to run with it. And I believe that I was one of those people who are filling that gap to say, hey guys, the world and the universe is full of opportunities for every single one of us. And if you are logged in and connected with me, are able to see me on this webinar, it means you've got the resources that you need. And so let not anything be a hindrance for you from achieving what you are meant to be doing, or your God-given potential, your God-given purpose. Because how I got to here was I was in a business for so many years, and then I was feeling really lonely and thinking, oh my God, there must be someone out there who I should be able to reach out to share my journey, like my wins, my hard times when I'm crying. And to be honest with you, that was lacking in my business journey. And so in the process of searching and searching and searching, that's when one day I attended a seminar. It was a church meeting, and somebody spoke on the word that, you know, a lot of us have got talents, we're sitting on them, and we are looking for other people to sort of leverage from or get the help from, but maybe otherwise we are the people who are supposed to be offering the help. And it was from that day that I felt aligned that, right, so I'm busy looking for other people who should be supporting me, but actually I have walked an amazing journey, which I can be sharing that journey with others, and others can be benefiting from that journey and getting encouraged and just knowing that, you know what, you can do it. And so I made a decision like 3-4 years ago that I was going to take on that journey, support others by coaching them and mentoring them, and really giving them the live element of what it means to run a business, and what it means not only to run a business, but a successful business where you are actually walking towards your dreams. So if your dream is about the numbers, clocking those numbers in your bank account. If your dream is about traveling the world, getting to that place where you start to travel the world, because at the end of the day, life cannot just be working and waking up and going to work every day and counting the pennies in the bank account. For me, it was like, no, that's not my dream. So even though I was running a successful business, clocking the numbers, my purpose and my dream was not about the numbers, because I thought, what is money to me if it cannot give me the freedom that I need to be who I'm truly meant to be? I want to be serving others. I want to be picking other boys and girls who could have been in the same situation that I was when I was born, very poor, no hope for the future. There was nothing in the small city of Kadoma, in a place called Zimbabwe, where like really seriously, nobody could have dreamed that I could have been where I am today. And so I thought, if God picked me up from there, then surely I must have a purpose better than working and getting money and working up every day and going to work. So because of that, I made a decision that I was going to walk this path. And to be honest with you, it's the most amazing and rewarding thing that I've ever done, because my work now doesn't feel like working. It's just really in alignment with you. While I'm connected with you right now during this webinar, this is part of my work. Now, how amazing can that be? And then when you guys go and apply the principles that we will have discussed, when you get your results, I'm like, oh my God, look, the world is changing. So I think really that, you know, as we start our businesses and as we run them, our main goals, why, are the most important thing, more than the money, more than everything else. Because trust me, the money will come. And think about, what will you do when the money has come? What will you do with it? And I think for me, that's what makes the difference. That's what makes me tick. So I am really loving what I do. And because I had that dream, I had to do what it takes to allow myself, like, for example, on a day like this, it's today's a Wednesday, and I'm not in my office. I am in my home and I'm connecting with you from my home office. I have put those things in place that allows me to do that. And so if you've got a dream and a goal and a purpose, it's about knowing where you are, knowing where you want to be, and putting systems and things in place that allow you to be able to do that. And so that's all in a nutshell about me and why I do what I do. So I have committed myself to running these webinars once every week. I run webinars on different topics, and it's all pertaining to business. And these are applicable skills, things that I am actually applying in my online business and in my business on the ground. You can take those tools and use them in your business. And literally, I'm just creating libraries of where I want my clients who would then sign up for my programs and my services to have access to my library when it's available. So I'm really hoping that you find this valuable. Okay, so today's topic is really all about converting your followers to buyers with attractive landing and sales pages. Now, how I decided on this topic, I actually went into the Facebook group and asked people questions. What did you want me to cover this week? And the main topic was, what things to use once we've got our products or whatever we have, what then can we use to make sure our clients are getting those products? Now, there is a process, everything has got to be very strategic. Everything that you do is got to be really strategic. So it's this strategy now that I am going to share with you. I've used the same strategy on my online business. Actually, I started my online business journey in 2014, January. This time last year, I was starting my online business journey. And I was very keen to learn what things I could use that were available on the market to sort of use to grow my business on the ground. My business on the ground is healthcare recruitment, because my business had been stagnant for 3 years, hitting the same turnovers. We were getting more and more and more and more contracts, but we were stagnant. Our turnovers were just maybe a couple of hundreds of thousands different for 3 years. And I was like, no, there must be a way. So I started exploring, how can I really use what I've already got, but to make it really work so that we can increase the output. So I went on that journey to search what systems are available, what softwares are available, what can we do? And when I started that journey, I then decided to also set up my coaching academy online and my mentoring academy online. And so the same principles I am training on today, they are applicable in any business. It doesn't matter what business you are in, just grab the principles and make them applicable to your business. And that's what it's about. So it's the whole thing. You can take it and apply it into your business. Now we are going to be switching onto the slides. This is how it's going to go. I've created some slides. I'm going to go through all the slides. And then at the end of the slides, I'm going to show you guys back my face, ask questions. And then I am going to go at the back hand of my office and I'll show you how I am using these principles and these tools at the back of my current setup, so that you guys can have the true picture of what I'm talking about. So I'm not trying to teach you things that I'm not practicing. I'm teaching you what I practice, okay? Now, at this point, I've got a question for you guys. People on the line, can you type in the chat? I want to know what your business is. You can tell me what your business is, or what products or services. In brief, what products are you selling, or what services are you selling? I really want to know, because that's going to drive the direction of our conversations. So there you go. I'm giving it to you, and I'm going to grab it, switch my video for a minute while I am grabbing a drink. Okay? Put your questions in the chat. Okay, so let's have a look. And I'm going to be capturing these using another piece of software that I use, my favorite, which is Evernote. Evernote allows me to capture all these notes, and I can put them together later. So let me just go on the chart. Let's see what we've got. Okay, come on, Evernote. I don't want to save that. Right, let's have a look. Okay, so okay, somebody's cake business, somebody is making handmade candles, somebody's in nursing and recruitment, social media and content marketing. Somebody's got 3 on the go. That's fine. Put all them in the banner though. They are healthcare, nursing, HCA support workers. Okay, cool. Right. Okay. So the principles that I'm going to share with you guys here, they all apply into your businesses. So what you want to do is to take all the notes and then think about how you are going to apply them into your business. I'm just going to be capturing some notes here while I go along, because then I can use this information in the information that I'm sending out. Okay, great. So that's great. Thank you. We are going to use that information throughout the webinar. So I am going to be changing my screen now. So you guys are going to start to see my slides. I'm going to bring up my slides. So let me, well, I've got to find the slides where they are. And then I'll share my screen with you as soon as I've got the slides running. Okay, so we are going to share the screen first. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, so let's go to screen sharing. And I'm going to share my entire screen with you, so you see exactly what I'm doing. So I'm going to present this screen to you. Now I've got all my slides open here, and I'm going to put them into live mode so that you guys can see what I am doing. So let's do view, and we're going to enter presentation mode. Okay, so there we go. Right, so okay, so we are now starting the presentation. Now here you need to be taking notes, whatever software you are using, or using pen and paper, take notes. Right, so let's get started. So you want to convert followers to buyers, and you want to be using attractive landing and sales pages. So here are the main points I'm going to go through with you today. I'm going to look at how to attract the crowd into your sales funnel. I'm going to look at the formula for creating an attractive landing page and sales pages that attract your ideal audience, how to convert your followers into paying clients using the correct lead magnets, how to use and simplify your life and get sales even when sleeping, how to nurture your clients that they stick with you and continue to buy from you over and over again. And then I'm going to give everybody who stays till the end of this webinar a list of tools that you need to make your sales a success without being salesy. Now, we know that most people, particularly myself, I totally hate anybody who rings me with a private number and they're like, oh my God, I'm from this company and I want to talk to you about this product. And I'm like, no, where did you even get my phone number and stuff? So it's either I cut the call or I'm not going to entertain the call. So I am sure you also feel the same, that you don't like receiving sales calls because they take your time and they're irrelevant. And to be honest, you really want to be speaking to a salesperson when you want to buy something from them. So then, because we are in business, how then do we sell to people without being salesy? We are going to look at that. Okay, so how to attract the crowd into your sales funnel. Now, here is the number one thing. You must have your goals clear first. I had a conversation with someone this week. Actually, a few people, they inbox me and I take time to book meetings with people and ask them questions. So this particular person, he started their own company and they've set up and they have got everything in place. And here is the first question that I asked them was, what has been your goal for setting up your business? Because your goal for setting up your business or setting up your service or whatever it is really what underpins everything else that you're going to do. So it's about thinking the other way around. I know in the normal sequence of things, we think that, okay, I've got to have this in place and have that in place and have that in place, and then that will get me to the goal. But if you haven't got that goal clear first, how are you going to get there? So I need you to start thinking about your business or your services that you want to offer right now. What is your end goal in the whole process? What do you want to achieve? Now, these goals, they could be personal goals, they could be business goals, they could be whatever goal. So I need you to get that goal right. I'll give you an example. So, for example, when we first started our recruitment company so many years ago, like 15 years ago now, our main goal was to start a business that would be excuse me, I'm going to grab some water. Okay, I don't know what went onto my throat. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna okay, I'm okay now. Okay, so I was saying when we first started our recruitment business, our goal really was not only to have a business, but to have a successful business. And for us, it was not about having quick money into our pockets. It was about having a business that would form the foundation of our legacy. We were sure and we were clear about where we wanted to be at the age of 40. Now, these conversations are the conversations we were having at the age of 24, 25. Me and my husband were having these conversations. We wanted to have the freedom to travel the world and live our dream by the age of 40. So that was our target. So we needed to start a business that would be successful and maybe give us our first million by the age of 40. So these were our goals. Now this goal, break it down to when we started the business. Now in the business, when we were setting up from day one, we wanted to have the correct systems and everything in place so that we could achieve our big goal. And so that was those were our goals. So that's from me. Now I want you to think about your goals. And within the business, our business goals, we didn't want to be number one supplier to all our clients. We wanted to be the go-to customer when the clients can't find anybody who can provide them the service. And then when it's last minute, when they are really, really stuck, they could come to us. So we made that goal clear. And then we also wanted to deliver our promise. And we wanted to be always there for our customers. So even when you go onto our website right now for the Flame Lily Healthcare Recruitment, you find that our strap line is always there for you. We want to be always there for you, but we don't want to be your number one go-to agency. When you need us, we are there for you. Right. Okay. And then I'll give another example. When I started my coaching academy, my main goal was to help female entrepreneurs and other entrepreneurs live their dreams, write their own stories and live their dreams. And now that's my message even up to now. Write your own story, live your dream. And my goal is to have a successful academy that will run online automatically without me putting too much effort, so that I can live my life with grace and ease. So that's a good example. Now, so let's now break it down to something even smaller. So now maybe I know you guys have given me examples. Some people are starting recruitment companies, and I've given you an example of starting a recruitment company. Somebody has got a cake business. Okay, I'm going to use that as an example. With your cake business, what is your goal that you want to achieve, so that when people sign up into your sales funnel, what do you want them to do at the end? Maybe it could be that you want to sell 5 cakes a month or 10 cakes a month at whatever price, at 20 pounds. So your goal is to sell 5 cakes a month at 20 pounds. Now that you've got that goal, how are you going to make your crowd? So maybe it could be people that say, oh my God, I love your cakes, I love what you do. Or people that land on your website, or people that land on wherever they are going to come across you, whether you attend an event or you do networking. What do you want those people to do? What do you want them to do at that point? That's what you need to think about. I hope it's making sense. So the person with the cake business may say that my end goal is to attract 5 people that are going to buy my cakes at 20 pounds. Okay. Now, how am I going to reach out to these people? Now, this is action. How can you reach out to them? Maybe I'm going to have a newsletter that I'm going to write once a week or once a month. Or maybe I am going to run an event. And once I've run an event, I want the attendees to register and buy my cakes at the event. Or I'm going to attend a networking event. Or I want something where people can request information from me. Or I want to offer files with information of what cakes I've got to offer. Or I just want people to say that they're interested in my products. So with that end goal of selling 5 cakes, of selling to 5 people cakes at 20 pounds a month, that's your end goal. So your end goal, when we convert it into money now, it becomes 5 times 20, and that gives you 100 pounds a month. So we've converted that goal into cash. Okay, so now you know your goal, and for example, so I'm going to use the example of you want people to sign up for a newsletter. That's the one we are going to follow through. Now, people, you want them to sign for a newsletter. How do they sign for this newsletter? What methods will you use to achieve this goal? So maybe it could be you've got a website, or you've got a blog, or you hang around on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, any of these things. Or maybe during a webinar, like now I'm presenting to you guys. And maybe my end goal could have been that at the end of this webinar, I want to sell you something. But in my case, I'm not selling anything. I'm just running a training webinar. It could be on TV, whatever. I want you to think about, what method are you going to use to achieve this goal? If you are a person that owns a recruitment company, you are thinking about, how are you going to get your crowd to become people that actually come and work within your recruitment company, so you can be sending them to work? Where are you going to find them? It could be that you want to use a word of mouth, you want to use referral system, you want to still even use a blog, Facebook, all these things, they're applicable. Or maybe you want to partner with another company that will do the recruitment for you, and you can just do the placing. I don't know. That's a good example. Okay. So the lady with the cake business, she might have a blog and she might have a Facebook account. Now, you want to have something on your blog that is going to allow you to capture people's information. So that applies to everything on there. It could be Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. It could be you are attending a live event. What method and tool can you use to capture people's information so that you can start to have a conversation with them? Right. Okay. So now that we've got what we are going to use, so in our case, we are going to use a blog and we are going to use Facebook. Okay. We're going to use a blog and we're going to use Facebook. Now that you've got your blog and you've got Facebook, what tools will you use to achieve this goal? How are you going to make sure you write to people a newsletter and deliver that newsletter into their email? How are you going to get your message onto Facebook? How are you going to get your message onto your blog? Now, these I've got here is the softwares that I have put down, but there is loads. The list is endless. I've just used examples of the ones I use. So I use a software called Leadpages to create my beautiful, amazing sales pages. And I use that to create my landing pages where people, when they go onto that page, I have got something that will capture their name and email address. And I've got them in my bag. Now I can start to have conversations with them. I use MailChimp to sending out emails. I've just recently invested now for my whole business system, and this system is amazing, Infusionsoft. And I'm using Infusionsoft across the board with all my businesses. Africa, India, UK, Infusionsoft, we're using the same platform to monitor and capture data and study the data. How is this data filtering? What actions are people taking when they land onto our social media and onto our website? What things are they looking at? How much time are they spending? We are going to use that software to really study and nail our actions to make sure that we are converting everything that we've got within our hands into cash. Aweber is another system you can use. Jigsaw Box is an amazing system. I use this system to deliver my coaching programs. Jigsaw Box will send out emails for you. It will send packages to your people for you. If you've got coaching clients that you want to be sending modules, you can use Jigsaw Box. All these things, you can upload your videos. You can it even comes with a forum. You can put a forum in there. Let's say, for example, you've got 10 coaching clients that are in a group and they're going through a coaching program. Jigsaw Box is a nice place for people to communicate, especially some clients, they don't want to be on Facebook or on social media. So you've got a private platform where you can have conversations with people. So for me, that's what I use. Now that you know what tools you are going to use, you want to think about how will this message be delivered and how often. So it could be that you've decided that you want to write a blog once a week, or you want to send an email once a week, or you want to be calling your clients or the people you've connected with using Skype, Google Plus, in person. It means you're going to have to be booking meetings. Maybe you are going to have to go to networking events. Excuse the typo on that slide. I'll have to change it. So think about how you want to be delivering this communication, because communication between you and clients has got to be ongoing. Between you and your staff, the people that you want to have business relationships with, there must be continuous communication. And you might want to think about the sequence. How often are you going to be sending out the information? Is it once a day? Maybe every other day? Maybe once a month? It's about thinking about, but that communication must be ongoing. Now, I remember very well when we first started business that we only was able to use the phone. There was phone and fax. All this technology was never around. So we had to schedule calls, calling clients, cold calling once every morning and once every evening. So we'd cold call clients in the morning, cold call workers in the evening, and keep calling people. But now there's software and things available that you can apply in your business, automate things, and they do the work for you while you're sleeping. Once you set all your sequences, you set all your information you want to communicate, you can schedule to do this once a month or once a week, schedule everything, and this information goes out, communicating with the people and giving them value. I can't emphasize enough how important it is to know and understand your audience and give them valuable information. People want to feel that you are concerned about their needs and you are giving them value. So make sure you offer value in whatever you are doing. Now I have done an example for you how this will look like when you've done the diagram. So we have decided that we are going to be using Facebook ads. Okay, hold on a second. I'm just going to look for, I need to look for a pencil within this presentation mode I am in. So if I come out of this presentation mode, because I want to show you what I'm talking about. Stop sharing my screen. But then how do I exit this? It's escape, I think. Okay. Right. Okay, so let me stop sharing my screen. And I want to exit presentation mode because I want to look for a pencil. Okay. Right. Okay, so let's have a look. Or somebody was saying the slides are very fuzzy. You know, it could be the connection because sometimes the connection is not as good. But you are getting the slides sent to you anyway at the end of the webinar, so you will have them to work with. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Right. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen again with you so that I show you what I'm talking about. But I need to put this in my keynote. So if you bear with me, because I want to show you using a pencil what I'm talking about. Just put this into keynote quickly. Okay, so it's not doing it. I'm going to continue to share with you for the sake of time so that you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm going to, let me try and share this screen again. And hopefully you can see the slides this time around. Right, so we had got them open here. Right, okay, so where were we? We were here. Right, okay, so here we are. And what we are saying is, how will this look like for you? Now, I've said and I've spoken about the Facebook ads. So at the beginning of our diagram is that our goal is all the way here. Our goal is people to end up buying something from us. So we put our goal in there first. But how do we get from A to our goal? So we have got our Facebook ads and we are going to be using Facebook ads and we're going to be using WordPress. I've put their website or blog. Now, when we capture people's information from Facebook or from our website, we want to give them something. And this something is what you need to think about, because think of it this way. If you want to attract someone to a place where you can start to talk to them, you want to have what I call a hook. And this is part of an online marketing strategy or any marketing strategy. So give people a reason why they must visit your website or a reason why they must interact with you. So I created a simple ebook, which is a simple little mirror of my upcoming book that I'm in the process of writing. So this is just a taster of my upcoming book. And in this taster of my upcoming book, I've put 10 things in there that you can benefit from if you are looking at creating a 7-figure business. So I am saying to the world, hey, here's how I created a 7-figure business from scratch in 48 months. So somebody who is interested in this book is going to leave me their name and email address, and they are going to download this book and get it for free. Now that they've got the book for free, how am I going to deliver the book to them? I am going to deliver the book to them via email. So I'm going to emailing them the book. I have got their name and email address. And then after they have downloaded the book, This is the sequence that I was using in my business last year, because I have got a coaching program that I was offering to people who need coaching and mentoring and supporting. And this is how it was set up in my system. They also would, if they had downloaded the ebook and they still are wanting to stay with me and having conversations with me, they would receive 4 videos, which I have created a 4-part video series. And this 4-part video series is delivered directly into their inbox once they've downloaded the book, and they'll receive all the videos, and then they are receiving emails from me in the process. And in that process, I have got a simple library of products that I sell only for £19. And you can have access to all the webinars, everything that I have done. In there, you can have it, and you can start setting up your business exactly as the same process I followed. Now they've bought the £19 product. I am then taking them through another series of emails that they receive information, something helping them towards coaching them towards taking their business for success. And then after that, I can decide what I want them to buy. So that's the sequence. Is a simple sequence that you can create for yourself. You don't have to have a long sequence, but what is important is for you to have something that you're offering for free. What is it that you can use to hook people? For example, we are currently running Facebook ads on Facebook to recruit people who are willing to go and work in our hard to fill areas. And what we've said, the hook that we are using and what we are offering for free is that if people sign up and come in and take those jobs in the areas where we are struggling, we are offering them accommodation. They pay half, we pay half towards their accommodation. And they stay there as long as we can support them with the half, they pay the half. One good example for a business that is offline. So think about something that you can offer to attract people to come to you. It doesn't have to be something super hard. It has to be super simple. For the lady with the cake business, what you could do is offer something about cakes. If I'm interested in cakes, what information can you give me that I can learn or benefit from? Maybe it could be some simple cake recipes that you can give me, that I can even try to make the same cake that you're making. And then maybe I would also love to buy your cakes. Give me a reason to buy your cakes. Okay. Now, let me just check my Google Hangout. Okay, it's still sharing my screen. I always want to check if my screen is still sharing. Okay, it's sharing. Now we've got to go back to the slides. Right. The formula for creating an attractive landing page and your sales page that attracts your ideal audience is to get your branding spot on. When I talk about your branding, I'm talking about your colors, your website, your images. How do you want people to feel when they land on your website, or even if it's your social media, your Facebook page, your business pages, by the way, I'm not meaning your personal pages. Make sure you've got business pages for your businesses, for social media. That's very important. So get your branding right. What colors are you using? What images are you using? And for me, you need to make sure your work is looking super professional. There is no point creating a Facebook page using some scrappy images and making people bored when they arrive on your page and they think like, oh my God, I don't want to be associated with this person, because you are just throwing them off with the information you've got on your website. So make sure if it's business, it's proper, super branded. That's key, because people want to be associated with nice things and with quality. And I am definitely one of those people. And then know your audience, what they actually want from you. When you are creating a service or a product, what is it that you want the audience to want out of that product? What is it that makes that product different, that service different from everybody else? We know everybody else makes cakes. We know there's hundreds and thousands of recruitment agencies out there. What is it that you are offering that is different from what everybody else is doing? What is making your business unique? So it's that uniqueness that I want you to tap into. What is it that is unique about your brand? So for example, with the recruitment business, what is unique and what was unique when we started with our business was we offered transport to all our staff, and we made sure all our staff got to work as promised. We delivered on our promise. And not only that, we were available 24/7. Our clients could ring us and we would answer the phone. It doesn't matter what time of the day. And more and above that, we responded within 30 minutes. We have got a 30-minute response policy. So our client rings us, we tell them the result. We've got staff, they are coming within 30 minutes. Doesn't matter how much request they have put through to us. And then in the coaching business or an online business, you want to be as authentic as possible. You want to be you. You want to be true to your voice, because that's the most powerful thing that separates you from everybody else. Stop trying to be what other people are doing. Stop copying other people. Tap into your talents. Tap into your voice. Who are you? Who do you want to connect with, and what do you want people to get from you? What message have you got for the world? And it's as simple as that. Don't super complicate things. Keep it simple. An example with my coaching and academy business, I am honest with people who I am. I'm honest with people what they can get from me. I am honest with my story. I don't try to put on a front. I don't try to be who I am not. What you see is what you get. And so try and make sure that the way you present yourself online is really who you are truly are. And if you are honest with your voice, then you will only attract those people that are attracted to you. So be clear about your voice. Now, once you are clear about these things, what you want to do is to craft this message loud and clearly into your copy as possible. So when I say your copy, I'm talking about your language. Who are you? What do you do? What are you about? And why should I buy from you? Why should I want your services? That's a good example. So make that message clear to your clients. And also another point I've left out there that can help you make that message clear to your clients. Once you know their pain points and once you know what they want from you, include these points and these words in your copy. So when we look on your website, when people get to your website, they must feel like, oh my God, this is the solution to my problems. And it's that super simple. That's what you need to get right. Okay, so I have covered all those points. Like I said, I've got all these slides. And also, one thing that other people struggle with, actually, I'm on one of a faith-based group, is that sometimes people, they don't want to be honest about their faith or their beliefs. I personally think that it's better for you to be upfront, even about your faith and about your beliefs. Let people know everything about you. I am, if you look on my work, you find that I am honest, that I am a lover of God. In everything that I do, I put God first. He is like the center of what I do. And then, which means my ethics and my beliefs, they form the fundamentals of how I do my work, why I work the way I work. That is very clear. So I make that message clear, so people know who I am, so that when you are connecting with me and buying my services, you know what to expect. So that was all the slides I've got for you. So let's go through the points that we've covered. So we've looked at the formula for creating an attractive landing page and sales page that attracts your ideal audience. How to attract the crowd into your sales funnel. How to convert your followers into paying clients. How to automate and simplify your life to get sales using the tools that I've just shared with you. And then you can always add onto those tools. Once you are more stable and you've got more money in your business, you continue to reinvest. That's the key. Reinvestment is the key to growth. And then I will give you a list of tools like I've promised you. So now I'm going to switch my screen back to you guys. Now let's see how that's looking. Now that I am on that place, I want to ask if any of you guys have got any questions so far on what I've just spoken about. Anything, fire away before we start going into me showing you now the exact thing, what we've just discussed. How does that look on the real picture? Okay, I'm just going to switch off my camera. I just need to grab a drink. Right, how does that look for you? I want to know where are you feeling stuck with what I've said, with the examples I've given. What questions do you have? Health and social care, nursing, interiors and spiritual coaching. Can you explain for me? Or somebody posted interiors and spiritual coaching. I just want you to expand that a little bit for me. What about interior and spiritual coaching? You are into interiors and spiritual coaching. How does that look like? Okay. Okay. Right, I'm gonna bring my video back. Okay, here I am back. Right, any questions, guys? Let's ask away. Questions. Right. Somebody says, I've just written a book on weight loss. How do I apply at least one of the examples you mentioned? Right. I want to know, let's go back. What is your goal? What is your goal with the book? What do you want to achieve with the book? Let's look at your goal and we work our way back. Tell us what you want to achieve with the book. And then once we know what your goal is with that book, we are able to look at what else you need. Okay. Okay, somebody says, I like the goal diagram from goal to numbers. I'm wondering how to differentiate myself as a coach and how to market outside my country, which is SA. So we've got somebody on the line who is from SA. And okay, so your goal as a coach, what you would want to think about is, what is your goal? Maybe your goal is to sell coaching programs or coaching packages. Now, I want you to put a price tag on these coaching packages. So you may want to say, okay, I have got a one-on-one coaching program, which I am offering at this price. And then I've got a group coaching program, which I am offering at this price. Or actually, your coaching could be that you have created some material, you are coaching people on different things, and you want to deliver that information to them. Okay? So that could be your goal, for people to buy your coaching program. Now think about, what are you going to create to offer these people who want to buy your coaching that they can get from you for free? So maybe you could have a simple information sheet, or a simple information book, or even a simple video that is available for people to download, or available for people to get from you, so that they can get to connect with you and get to know a little bit more about you and what you're offering. Or maybe think about something that will give them a solution to their immediate problems. So you know the types of coaching clients that you want to reach out to. What are their immediate problems that they've got right now that you can solve? So can you solve one problem and then provide something that is a solution to one problem? For me, that's what I would do. And now that you've got that one thing, you can decide how you want to be communicating with those people. Is it by email? Because once people have left their name and email address, what you do with that information is what is crucial, and the time that you take to do that is so important. So let's say, for example, I download your free report that's telling me that, oh my God, you know, as a coach, Fungi, you could give a solution to your problems of being overwhelmed by clients by systemizing your system. So I download this report and I think, oh my God, I really like this report. Now, once I've got the report, I have left my name and an email address with you. Now, you as a coach, like we are saying, you've got a target. So you are not just giving me your report. I've benefited from your report. I am going to change things with using that one thing you've given me as an answer. But then you need to do something with my email address. This is what I'm saying. So with that email address now, you want to quickly have a series of events that are happening. You continue to communicate with me. It's either you're going to write me a newsletter and keep me updated about your coaching business, or you are going to send me an introductory letter and say, hi, I am so and so, I am coaching, I've been coaching for this, and these are the packages I offer. But again, remember, we said people don't like to be sold to straight away. That's why we are doing all these things in between, because we don't want to be bugging people as soon as we've got their name and email address. We are selling something to them, because it becomes spammy and it's not nice. What you want to do is to nurture that relationship until your client can then buy your coaching program towards the end. So nurture the relationship by offering me maybe 3 free resources that you've already got on your library or on your website, or maybe connect with me online and run free webinars like I'm doing now. Just do different things, offer value. So, and let people gain confidence that you can give them what you are saying you can give. And that way, you can then lead people to buying whatever you are selling. Okay, so somebody says, okay, so we are going back to the lady who's got a book, and your weight loss book, and your goal is to help people who are struggling with losing weight. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. So your target market is people who are struggling with losing weight. You want to give them a solution. So you know what their problems are, and you know you've got a solution. So what you want to do is, it's either you make that book, the actual book that you've got, if you haven't got a money goal and you don't want to sell the book for now, you can start giving that book for free and start collecting people's information. You want their name, their email addresses. Because once you've got their names and their email addresses, maybe you can now contact them one-on-one and offer them your one-on-one services. But if your goal is to sell the book, then what you want to do is give people snippets of the book. Create something simple out of that book, a few chapters. Actually, I have downloaded a few books on Amazon where you can have a trial of the book by downloading chapter 1 or chapter 2 or 3 chapters. And if you like the book, you can then go the whole shebang and buy the book. So extract some parts or some elements of the book and give them for free, so that we get to know what's inside the book. And if that book definitely is speaking to me, I'm like, wow, I'm going to buy this book. I can go ahead and buy the book, and I can leave reviews for you as well, even on my Amazon, if that book is going to be available on Amazon or wherever. Okay, then somebody's written suggestions on finding pain points of my audience. Now, I want to know who your audience is. If you give me one example of that audience, and then we can look at it. The next person, I created soft furnishings and looking to take up an interior design course. Soft furnishings and looking to take up an interior design course. Now, that's taking the course is what you are doing to get to your dream. I want to know, what's your goal? Why are you doing this interior design course? This is what is important, the why. And then spiritual coaching is a different entity altogether. I have written a bit of material on that. That's fine. So again, if you are going to be attracting spiritual coaching clients, there is loads and loads of people who need spiritual support out there. But that's even a more delicate kind of market, because I can't just turn up into someone I bumped online. I haven't even gained their trust. I don't even know whether in the first place they are good enough to be a spiritual coach. There is no way I'm going to buy your product. There's just no way. So again, you want to gain that trust. Create something about spirituality that you can make available for free. It could be a video. It could be a downloadable book. It could be a PDF. It could be a report. It could be a story. It could be even a resource file on spirituality. And then make sure that you have made it clear who you are and what gives you the authority to talk to me about spirituality, because it's about gaining that authority. People want to trust that you can deliver what you are saying you can deliver. So gain those two things, and then you become the known go-to spiritual person, and people will feel more comfortable leaving their email addresses and names for you. Okay, so those are some examples. And someone says, suggest on finding pain points of my audience, but give me an example, please, of your audience. Right. Okay. So let me show you now how it looks. I promised that on this webinar, I was going to mainly show you quickly the two main tools, the practical element of using this tool. And this is a follow-up from the previous webinar, that once you've created this product, now you've got this free thing that you want to give. How then do you deliver it? And we said we are going to use software. So we are going to use Leadpages, and we are going to use MailChimp to send the emails. And I use these softwares in my recruitment business to capture people's names and email addresses who are interested in applying for jobs. And when we've captured that information, it goes and feeds into our main system. And then we follow them up and we track everybody to know what they're doing, where they're at. And that way, we are not wasting money on advertising in unnecessary places. Your advertising and your work, it becomes more targeted. And I'm using the same to capture information and my followers for my coaching business. Oh, okay. Somebody's audience is entrepreneurs who would like to grow their business online. Okay, so okay, so let me go back. Finding pain points. Okay, so you want to ask the question. You want to hang around in groups and places where these people are hanging. I can't emphasize that point enough, that you guys, you and myself, we are savvy entrepreneurs. And as long as you've started the entrepreneurial journey, you have got no time for randomness. So whether you are on social media, or you are attending a networking event, or you are attending even a business meeting, make it your goal to make sure that you get as much as you can out of that relationship, out of that thing. And you also give what you are supposed to give. Okay, let me give you an example. Okay, so I spend maybe 15 to 20 minutes in the morning on social media. So I wake up, do my meditation or whatever I do. I log on to my social media to check if I've got messages. And I like to post my posts daily, because my posts are driven by the way I'm feeling that day and the things that are happening live. But you can automate your social media if you want. You can schedule everything for the month or for the year. I have got some elements scheduled, but I like to interact. I'm more interactive. So I will go onto social media, respond onto people's messages, respond onto people's comments on what I've posted, and I'll post something for the day. Now, when I have posted something for the day, I have got groups, specific business groups that I belong to. The reason why I am there, because either people in that group are my clients, they are my ideal audience for the work that I do, or I genuinely want to learn what's happening in those groups. And so what is important is for you to genuinely interact. I can't emphasize that enough. It's no good you belonging to a networking group. It can be a physical networking group. It can be on social media. These are all groups where you find people. Now, if you just go there and sit and hang around, not comment, not post, not contribute, you're wasting your time. As a business person, you've got no time for that. You've got time to contribute. Remember, give and it will give and back to you. So you go and contribute positively. You can post some, if you read something interesting, like if I read in an interesting article, I'll share it on my page. I'll share it in the groups. I'll ask questions. I'll probe people. And as I do that, I am gaining my authority. I'm gaining my confidence. And I am also making friends in the process. I apply the same principle when I go for a networking event. I want to be sure that from that networking event, I come away with quite a few contacts, not only business pages, but I actually get to speak to people and say, hey, you know, I'm more interested in what you're doing. What do you do? And then when they tell me, I also tell them that, oh, I'm fungi. This is what I do. And this is what I write. So, you know, what are the challenges you're facing in business? They'll tell me they're facing so and so and so. And this is how I probe. So I ask the question. So if you are online and you are trying to speak to entrepreneurs who like to grow their businesses online, What I want you to do is to find them. You know, I'll show you anyway in Facebook in a bit. I'll show you how that looks like on Facebook, how to search for these groups, how to find them, and how to get involved with them, because that's important. And if you are going to a networking event, if it's a business event, you go there with a target. Make sure that you connect with 1 or 2 people. I can't emphasize that enough, because honestly, I've gained so much business. One of our biggest clients at the moment in my recruitment business, I got that client simply because we were invited to come and show our business stands. It was a free event, but you were required to pay a token to attend that event. And I thought, oh my God, this is an amazing event. And the people who were going to be at that event were key stakeholders. They were buyers. They were key people who would make decisions on buying our services. And so looking at how much I spent to put together for my team to go there, I took 2 drivers. I took 2 of my recruitment consultants, myself, and a clinical manager. So which means on that day, 6 people were out of my business. And we had to take transport for all our pitching stuff. And I had to pay all my staff for being there. So that day, I went out. Maybe that day costed me in the region of 3 grand to put the whole thing together. But looking at the people I was going to meet that day, these were key stakeholders. So even if it would have costed me 20 grand to make it to that meeting, I would have spent the 20 grand. Here is why. When we went there, we just had to put our stands and just display our stuff and leave it there. Okay. And during the break, where we had our lunches and our teas, I made sure that I went ahead and started conversations with those people. I didn't know who they are. Introduced myself. Hey, I'm Fungai, the owner and the director of the Flame Lily Healthcare. Oh, I'm so excited to meet you. What do you do? Who are you? And I made connections. Soon after coming from that meeting, found those people. Thank you. I was so excited to meet you at the event. I would love to come and share my services and what we do. Would you mind, over a coffee or over a drink, would you mind allowing me that opportunity? Okay. And this woman, I kept chasing her for many, many, many months. One day she gave me that opportunity to go and meet her over a coffee. And this was a 2-hour drive for me to meet her at her headquarters. And I went, and this is one of our biggest clients that is pushing millions into our business. So I can't emphasize enough, networking, but not only turning up and just maybe curling in your corner, not engaging. You have got to engage. You've got to show up. People want to know what you do, and be confident that what you are offering is real and it's authentic and it's true, and they give them a reason why they should try it. So that's a good one. I would encourage you to do that. Right. Somebody, okay, I'll come back to the audiences because I'm just looking at the time and I'm conscious. So I am going to share with you, what I'm talking about. So now we've got our product. Let's look at how do we make this product available to the public. So first and foremost, I want us to go ahead and look on a software called Leadpages. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you now. Okay, so you've got my screen now. Now I'm going to have to open my Leadpages and log in for you because it was closed. So let me log in. So Leadpages, I've got, it's not free, I don't think. I think it pays, you pay some money, you pay, you open an account that is really relative to what you do. My account at the moment, I am on, I'll show you anyway how much I'm spending on Leadpages every month. It won't show me, but I think this is a 37 pounds. I'm paying 37 pounds a month for this software. And I have upgraded it because I wanted to use it in all our businesses across the board. So I've gone to even a higher package because I want to have more. I want to be using more of it in our business. Anyway, So what we are going to do is we're going to go into templates. So we said, remember, you need to have your goal right. So at the moment, we want a template that is going to allow us to just attract people by leaving their email addresses and name. And once we've done that, we are going to give them something. Okay, so this is a simple template, and this template is my favorite. I use it all the time because it takes me literally 5 minutes to set up. Super simple. So we are now in the template. Now, remember, I spoke to you about branding. And I said you need to get your branding right. So first and foremost, let's go to your send an email after someone opts in on this page. Right. Now, Leadpages allow you to put your goal and what you want to do once you are in it. So for example, let's say you want to send an email to someone. So once somebody has left their email address and their name, you want to drop them an email, and in this email is where you have put all the information that they need. So we can go ahead and say that this email is coming from Fungi, and a subject, free ebook. So it's a free ebook. And my message will be, hey, thank you so much for downloading this book. Please note, I will be staying connected with you. I will be staying connected with you through my newsletter that I send out once a week. Now you can include anything else. You can even put links here. You can add your links into it. You can do whatever. And then if I've got attachments, I could attach them or whatever. And then I can say done. Okay. Now, I was talking to you about conversion goal. Leadpages has got all these goals in there for you already. What do you, like I said, your goal is what you want to achieve at the end of why you are doing what you're doing. So maybe your goal is you want to attract perfect clients, or it's training that is called social media set for success, or whatever. So that could be your goal. At the moment, the goals that are coming here is things that I've already set up within my Leadpages. At the moment, I have done it, so all these webinars. So my goal is that when I get somebody's name and email address, I want them to start the 21-day affirmations, and I want them to receive day 1. Let me just use that example. So at the moment, the things that I've got set up in my account is I've got the 21-day affirmation, and I'm giving these 21 affirmation videos for free, and they're going out daily. And I'll just say, add that goal, 21-day affirmation, day 1, and I'm going to say done. So when they leave their name and email address, they are going to get that. Now you can go ahead and change the images. So this is the image that comes in Leadpages. But when I was creating my Leadpages, I always like to upload my own images. So can you see I've got a library of images that I use for my media in there? Because I am my own brand. I don't like using other people's information and using them as my brand. So that image, I don't like the way it's sitting there. I'm going to change it. And maybe I want to use this one. Okay, so I'm going to set that image in there. Now, I can also go ahead and I've done the image. I can also go ahead and change this logo here, which is saying Leadpages, because that's not my logo. I actually want that to say Fungi in the mirror. So that's been changed there. So can you see? It's super simple. Now I want to change this text. I'm going to go and say where it says headline. I'm just going to say free ebook. No. We are giving the 21-day affirmation. 21 day affirmations change your life. And this text here must be very catchy. Give me a reason why I should get this free 21-day affirmations. So I'm saying 21 day free affirmations. Change your life. I'm gonna say change your life. Change your life. Live your dreams. And then here it's already saying enter email addresses. I'm gonna save that. And then where it says download report, I'm happy with that. And then it says enter your email address below, reserve your spot, reserve your report. So get your affirmations. I'm gonna say get your affirmations. No, I changed it here, sorry. Below and get your affirmations. Get your affirmations actually now. And I've said it's free. Okay. The font, I can change it if I'm happy with, if I'm not happy with it, I can make it more comic. Maybe I like the letters. And I can say, okay, I like that. I changed that. Now, where it says integration settings, this is where now you integrate your lead pages, because lead pages, you can only set up everything else, but you need to have an email system that is going to integrate with it. Now, I use MailChimp, but there's lots of options that you can have. Whichever email system that you choose, you can integrate it with lead pages. I'm sure most of them they do. And I have got a list where that email address I want it to go and sit. It's going to go and sit in MailChimp 21-day affirmations. And I could even go ahead and customize this form if I wanted to, but I am not going to bother with that. Now, this image here, I can go ahead and change it as well. Okay, so for the sake of the training, can I change that image? Yes, I can. And I can okay that. And then form image, I am happy with that. I can okay that. Heading style, I am okay with that. So we are going to look at the colors. Now, I keep my color codes. I think I'm only saying this in the webinar. Once you know your branding, it's important to keep to your colors. Now, I save my color codes in my little software called Evernote. Evernote, I have got it on all my gadgets. So I am going to choose the color code for coral because that's part of my branding, and I'm going to put it here. Okay, so it's got my color there. I think that's fine. I'm happy with that. For the sake of the training, I'm going to leave it there. I am going to, if I want to track what's happening, how many people are clicking on this page, I have got what I call a pixel code that I use for my tracking. And this pixel code is on my website as a plugin. So I can put that. Actually, I'm going to log on to my website so you can see that. www.fungahindamera.com. Right into my admin panel. So while we are waiting for that page to load, I'm going to go back. And then where it says thank you page, you want to go and create a thank you page. We are going to create this thank you page in MailChimp, but also you can create a thank you page in Leadpages so that when people have downloaded your ebook or your free, whatever you're offering, they get an email to say, thank you so much for downloading my ebook. Guess what? I also have got this and this and that and that and that available. Or you can join my Facebook group. You can do this. Now give people instructions what you want to do, what you want them to do after they have connected with you. They have downloaded your ebook. You want them to leave their first name, but you can also get them to leave their first name. So we get them to leave their email and their first name. And we are going to okay that. Now let's see if we have, okay, I'm going to log in into my WordPress. So conversion goal, we've done that. We are background image, we've sorted that. We are happy with this, how it's looking. You can put your conversion pixel and track everything. We've got the headline, we've got a sub-headline, we've got an opt-in. We are happy with everything. Okay, we are done. We're going to save that. We're going to save that work. Now, once you saved it, you want to click publish. So you must save a new page before publishing. Okay, let's save that. Okay, so I am going to rename this page as my 21-day test so that I remember which page I'll remember to delete this. So I've saved that, saving, and I'm publishing it. So which means the published version is what the public get to see. So can you see? So now it's this link here, which I am going to take. This link here on Leadpages, which is the published link. I'm going to take this link and I am going to save it. Now I'm going to go into MailChimp. Now this is now your email system that you will have had. So you need to choose which email system you want to be working with. And once you've decided on your email system, it's up to you, you know, how you are going to connect it and make sure that it's compatible with the pieces that you are using. So this is my MailChimp account. In my MailChimp account, these are the most important things that you need to have. You need to have your lists set up and you can name them whatever you want to name. And you want to have your templates set up of what you're going to use. So let's do the first things first. We're going to create a list. A list is where those email addresses and those phone numbers are going to go, or those names are going to go when people subscribe. So create a list. How do we do that? We just go ahead and create a list. List name, we want to go 21-day test because this is a test list. And then you want to have a default corporate email address that you use. So for me, it could be recruitment@theflamelily.co.uk, or it could be contact@fungaindemira.com. And default from it, you put your business name or you put your own name, depending with your branding. So now it's from me. Now remind people, write a short reminder about how the recipient joined your list. So it could be that, hey, thank you for joining my tribe. You downloaded an ebook, loaded, my 21-day affirmation, sorry, my 21-day affirmations. And I am so happy to have you. You can keep it simple and short and sweet, and then just keep it simple so that, you know, you are not going into detail at this stage. Downloaded my affirmations. Okay. It's great to have you here. Okay. Or that should be enough anyway. Or whatever text you want to write there, it's fine. And then you want to put your contact information. From me, it's my contact email address and my address and where I am. And then you want to ask MailChimp to give you a summary of whether people have done, as soon as they sign up, you receive a notification in your email once a day, whatever, daily, whatever. For me, it's maybe daily summary, but I usually leave this closed now because my list is, I've got so many subscribers daily. So I leave that open. I don't want to save that information. Anyway, at this point, you have no subscribers. So if you've got other subscribers somewhere, you could import them into the MailChimp, or you can set up a sign-up form. And then setting up a sign-up form, you can just select general forms. And we are going to call it a 21-day test. It's already picked up that information. If I've got images that I want to add, I could go ahead and add a heading of the images that I want. So maybe, let's say, for example, I've got an image library in my account now. that let people know why they are connecting with me. So I am just going to go back to basics and just really put an image that I've used before. So this is a good example, this one. Or maybe I'm going to use this one. I was running for the recruitment campaign that I was doing. So let's use that image, and we're going to save that image there. Okay, save and close. Okay, so that image goes there. Now the size is not good. It's going to edit the side, maybe make it 500. So we can add it, the size of how it looks, so that it fits perfectly well in the newsletter. Yes, it's 500, sits perfectly well. I want to collect people's email addresses and first names and last names, and I want them to subscribe to my list. And once I've got these fields ready, I can save. I can save that information. Field settings, I'm happy. Last name, I'm happy. And I want to make these required fields so that people can make sure that when they sign in, they can't leave those fields empty. I want to then go on to designing my form. I want to personalize it. Remember, personalizing it with my colors. So I want to go and make sure my forms, they match all my branding. I can go in and personalize that. Okay, so my form now becomes orange or coral, whatever you want to call it. Personalize that. I could put more information, but I think I'm happy with that. So when people subscribe, this is what is going to come on the form. But you can add more things that you want to add onto it. And then on the translation element, I think for today, we are just going to leave it with the 2 areas, because I think that will get you going. So now that we've created our sign-up form, we are then going to go into settings and making sure that we are happy with all the settings. I've created my form and I'm happy with that. I am going to go back, and then this form is associated with my 21-day test list. Okay, so once you've done that, let's go back to this list now. You can see that that list is appearing here, and this list has got 0 subscribers because we've just created it. And what we want to do is we want to test this list and see if it's working. So I'm going to go back to my lead pages, published link, and I'm going to subscribe and see that everything is working. So let's wait for that link to come on. So we've saved it. We are going to publish it and see if it's going to come on, because we want to test. It's so important to test your work and making sure that whatever you've set up is working. So let's publish it. Okay, so I'm going to view this in the view where people would download this report. Let me put my email address from that one, and I say download report. Okay, thank you for filling this form. This is the thank you page that I have because I used a lead pages thank you, but you can personalize this page. Now, if I go into my Gmail account, I am going to see that I have received an email from Fungai's MailChimp asking me to confirm my subscription. So here it is. Hi there, thank you so much for downloading this book, and please note I will be staying connected with you through my newsletter. This is what we typed in MailChimp. Now, let's go and check what's happening with the list. So we are going to refresh the information and see what's happening with the list. And that email address, if we've set it correctly, it must come here. So because it's not here, it means we haven't connected the 2. So I'm going to go back into my lead pages, and I'm going to go into my integrations, and I'm going to make sure that where it says integrations, can you see? So which means the name that I subscribed went into the list called 21 Day Affirmations Free. But we want to change the list. So we want to reload MailChimp, and we are going to change the list to, we are going to reload the lists. We are going to change our list to the one that we've just created called 21 Day Test. Can you see that? So once I've okayed that, save changes, and don't forget to keep saving all the time, because otherwise it won't save. So now let's see what happens. Now we're going to do it again. So I'm going to subscribe to this, and I'm going to download the report. I am going to receive the report in my here, which gives me an email. Thank you so much for subscribing. So if I had attached the report, I would be able to download the report directly into my email. But most importantly, let's see now if it's added onto that list. So we are going to see if it's added to our list. Let me just go back and confirm my subscription. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We're going to go back. You know what? With Leadpages, it might take a few minutes before it comes. So let's carry on with the training, and I'll show you after. Maybe it will come in after a bit. We don't have to waste time trying to chase that. We will wait for it. Okay, so now within MailChimp again, you can go and create now your templates or your newsletters that you want to be sending to people once every week or once every month or whatever. So I have got templates now created within my MailChimp account that I use to send out to people whatever period, whatever time scales that I want. So let me give you real ones. So, newsletter template. Can you see I've got a newsletter template in my MailChimp account, and this newsletter template is here. Is all done here in this mode. So once I have, again, you put whatever images, whatever text you want, and I can preview. And when you preview this newsletter, you can see that I can read everything before I send it out, and I can be happy that, okay, I'm happy with the message. And I can save it. I don't have to send it now, but I can save it for later. And the beauty of it is within this as well, you can add all your social media buttons, which means people can share, or they can say we like on Facebook or whatever, and it allows you to do that. And then at the bottom, you put your company description, all your details, all the information is there for you. So I love MailChimp because once you've set all your templates, you are really set to go. All you do now is to go in and change the content or change the images once you've set all the information. And then the next beautiful thing is you can also automate. I like the automation element within MailChimp. So at the moment, I have got all these things on automation. I don't have to be sending emails to people every day or all the time. The 21 Day Affirmation series is automated for the next 21 days. Everybody who joins this, receive my DVD or my video daily. And it gives me also the percentages, the tracking, what is the open rate? At the moment, this has got a very good open rate, 42.7%, and people are kicking through 24%. So you've got all your measurements in there as well. You can measure your progress. Can you see all my workflow has got good open rate, 67.9%, 53.8%, 47.0%, really good open rates. And MailChimp also tells you how you are doing. When you go on the reports, you can run the reports, and then you can see what are the percentages of people opening your mail, at what time do they open it. For example, the industry average is 19%, and I am doing slightly above, which is really good. And this one, whatever I sent, take your first steps to your 7-figure brand implementation day, he had an amazing 74.29% open rate. So now that can help me to go back and check my emails and my copy. What did I do so well that people opened my emails? So you can track all those things in your report. And then if you were selling something, you can connect with Google Analytics and your website, and you can track whether you are on goal with your revenue goals. Okay, so that's as far as MailChimp, I think, is concerned. So you can put your mailing list, you can get your templates in there, you can allow people to download your information, you can communicate. That's the reason why I said you can sell your products while you're sleeping, because once you've got your goals set and your aims all in place, go ahead and write your emails, automate everything. And at the point when people are supposed to buy, they will either buy or they won't buy. And if they are not buying, you can go back and run your reports and check why, what's happening. And you can tweak things until they are working for you. So I think I've covered everything I had planned to cover for you guys for today. I think I know Leadpages is a bit delayed at the moment. Or can you see in the free affirmations, there was 90 subscribers. So it added me to this one, and it's going to take a few more minutes to add me to this one. So we need to go ahead and delete this before I forget, because it was just for training. So as you can see in my Leadpages account, I have got lots of pages that I create for different things. Now, as far as creating sales pages is concerned, let me show you a sales page that I created using Leadpages. I was running my live event for recruitment for the 3rd of December. That's when I did it. And this was the sales page that I created using Leadpages. So I had got my images, I had got my copy, I knew what I wanted to talk to the people about, and this was my invitation. And this was the page, the first page that I created. And it was an invitation page. And then linked to that page was, let's go into the second one. The second one, live event blueprint. Let's go 0 to 7 figure business weight free. Thank you. Free training, free recruitment guide. The blueprint, it was this one. Let's have a look. I think it is, because I've got so many pages running in my Leadpages, man. But I use Leadpages as my simple to go to software to create pages. And then once I've created the pages, I can go and plug them onto my website. Right. So this was the one. So let me publish this one and show you. This one was the one when people downloaded my emails, it would take them to this sales page. Can you see I branded it with my colors? I put my images. I wrote my text. So people could book their spot now. I could write all the benefits. And I had got it connected to Facebook so people could comment. So that's the beauty as well. Leadpages, you can connect to Facebook. People can comment, and you can see the reaction of how they are reacting to whatever you are selling. So this one is what I used to create my live event. So you can use Lead. If you haven't got a website, you don't have to get stuck. Start using what's available for £37 or even less if you are buying a simple or a cheaper system. I think it's worth your while, so that you can start pushing your information to the world. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to come back to you guys. Right. Now it's your time. Any questions from what we've covered? It's your time. Somebody said, not sure whether it's me here. I've lost connection. Can you tell me whether you're back on? Because, oh, I think I got a little bit of a loss of connection, I think, when I was clicking through my screens, I think. Now, question time. Let's see, you guys, anybody with questions? Where are you feeling stuck? What are the issues? What are the questions you have covered so far? And then I'll be answering questions for the next 5 minutes. And then I think we will have gone and finished our webinar for the day. Let's hear questions. There was questions that I hadn't answered. So Wendy says, buying up a franchise to provide respite services for carers of adults with learning disabilities. Now, again, and she says, I want to address unemployment amongst women aged 18 to 55, empower them for success, and free up careers to gain flexible working. Wendy, are these two things or it's one thing? So I am able to answer you. Is this two things or it's one thing? Your question about buying a franchise and a question about addressing unemployment. So let me see if you're still on the line. Yes, you are. So can you give me an answer to that question? And we can see how I can answer that. Now, anybody with any questions, software, systems you need. So the trick is, there is no way you are going to be able to attract people and turn them into paying customers and have attractive landing pages and sales pages if you are not sure about your goals, if you are not sure about what your message is. Those things, they need to be right. Okay? They need to be absolutely right. Your message must be clear. Your goal must be clear, because it's all those things now that are crafted into your marketing material and into your work. Okay, so Wendy says it's two things, all right? Okay, so let's start by looking at the first one. If you are looking at buying a franchise to provide services, that's absolutely fine and that's absolutely perfect, Wendy. What I want you to do is to think about your goals. Why are you buying this franchise? If your goal is a money goal, how much? How much are you looking to make within the first year? And then think about how can you break down that money into 12 months, into 1 month, into a week, into a day. You know, in all of my businesses, we track our goals even down to the hour and even down to the nitty-gritty. Okay, so for example, every Monday we sit down with my team and we look at how many hours do we need to push within the business, for my recruitment business, for example, for us to cover our overhead and for us to meet our targeted profit. So once we know that week, that's our target. What are the things that we are going to do to make sure that that happens? We are going to maybe recruit 5 more staff or 6 more nurses, and this is the work that we've got coming in. Where can we focus? Where is most of the money? What can we do? And we use that information now to act from Monday to Friday. See, Monday, again, we sit down, we do the same thing. And then within my coaching business, my target is I am currently just growing my audience. That's my target. Growing my audience, because the products and services I am creating are going to be my book, growing my YouTube channel and have the audience, so that when my book and everything else is ready, there are people ready to buy those products. But at the moment, the immediate goals, the coaching clients that I am getting, I can only coach 10 people at any given time. I could not coach anymore. So my goals is simple. I don't struggle for coaching clients because people are always looking for help, and I stick to that. So I stick in my lane. I don't try to do what others are doing. I just stick to my lane, and it's that simple. So I hope that helps you with your franchise. Don't just jump and buy a franchise when you are not sure about your figures. Crunch the figures. How much is the franchise costing you? How much time and energy are you going to invest into that franchise to make it work for you? That's what I want you to think about. And then if you're wanting to address unemployment amongst women, think about your goal. Why do you want to address that unemployment? What results do you want to get out of that? Are the results monetary, or are the results just social, that you just want to help? And then that will help you put your strategy together. Okay, so okay, I need another tutorial on the last bit, please. Okay, Gertrude, you're going to get a playback of this webinar because you've stayed to the end. I think everybody gets it anyway with the downloads. So what I want you to focus on is having your free information that you have available first. Get that first bit right. What do you want people to do? You want them to download your free information, and then decide, is your book going to be for sale or is it going to be for free? If it's for sale, how are you going to get people to the selling element? Okay, for US audience, basic lead pages is $37 a month. Yes, I think that's for me, that's, I've been in business 15 years, and $37, if you think, okay, let me give you a good figure of example. When I first published my ebook in June, my website was not ready. I used Leadpages to capture my email addresses and my names. And what I've just shown you is what I did. Created a Leadpages, plugged it into my Facebook. We're using Facebook ads. Now, for some of you who haven't watched my library, if you go into my library, there's a webinar called How I Built My List 0 to 1.972 within 2 weeks. Honestly, that's all I did. Leadpages, MailChimp. I didn't have a website because it was still under construction. Plugged my Leadpages link into my Facebook ads and want people to download that, and I capture emails. And with just under 2 weeks, I had 1,972 people download my ebook. So these were people who want to listen to what I'm talking about. So I think it's worth investment. At the end of the day, my principle is, what is money to you if it can't do what you want it to do or take you to your dream? It's no good sitting in your bank account. Spend the money, invest wisely, invest your time and invest your money. And I know people struggle with investing money, but I know for sure that investing my time and money in putting myself and my face in front of people who have got the power to make decisions and buy what I have is definitely worth it, even if they don't buy straight away. The fact that I was in their faces, the next time I call them or talk to them, they can remember me. They know that, oh my God, we met at that event, or I downloaded your ebook. I loved it so much, even if they don't buy, but they can talk to other people about my services. Yes, I use MailChimp, yes, but like I'm saying, I've just this week, I have invested in Infusionsoft, which is a big, massive investment, because I'm automating totally everything within my business is going to be automated, so that I can spend my time focusing on the things that really can grow my business. I don't have to be worrying about how things are going to work. But the reason why I took the whole year out to learn all these pieces of software and learn all these things is because I am a strong believer that it makes me a better director. It makes me a better leader in my business, because now even my creative team, I can teach them how and when, and I know what results to expect from them. I am able to craft the right job descriptions when I'm recruiting talent for people to do things for me, because I know what it involves. So for most of you who are starting out in business, even if you can afford to hire out, I encourage you to first walk that journey and just really get the true understanding of the picture of what is involved in every stage of your business, so that when you start to outsource, you know the expectation, you know what to expect out of those people who are helping and supporting you. That's great. Somebody says, thank you so much. I don't have to wait for my website to be ready. Yes, you don't. You don't. So get on with it, guys. Don't wait for things to happen. Be in control, of your dream and of your God-given talents, Just be willing to invest your time. Study. I couldn't tell me how many webinars I watch every week just to learn. I sign up for different webinars, and then on a Friday evening or on a Saturday, I can spend the whole morning just studying, webinar system software, because I have just grown this passion about, maximizing the power of software and technology in our businesses. So that's amazing. Right. Anybody with any questions? Somebody says, I will appreciate a playback. Yes, I am sending you the playback. It will be coming your way. And can you imagine, this webinar was nearly like 2 hours long? So that's fine. And I am going to put in there as well a link for you. Actually, I have got, okay, I'll put a link for you about the Facebook pixel for tracking your goals. So you can use that pixel. I use it on all the websites, on the social media, to track people's activities and what they are up to and what they're doing. Okay, so that's great. Thank you so much, people and guys, for connecting. I am excited because when I do this, then people attend. It's good to know that you've got people who are willing to attend out there. So thank you so much. Stay connected. Those who are not on the Facebook group, go ahead and join. I will be posting on the Facebook group all your extra information. So your homework now for the whole week, go and learn about these things and see how you can put them into practice. It's no good learning something and doing this. If you don't practice it, it's not going to work. Go and practice and apply it in your businesses. So thank you so much. And have an amazing week. We will stay connected online, in person, whichever way we connect. It's all good. So have an amazing time, guys. From me to you. Bye-bye.